pilot by heart. His workshops were filled not with bureaucrats but with men who built planes like mechanics, testing ideas with their hands. The Navy didn't just want a fighter. They wanted a war machine that could win a global air war from floating airstrips in the middle of the Pacific. The Zero's strength was its lightness, and it could twist and turn in dogfights like a bird. But that lightness was also its weakness. A single burst could set it ablaze. The Americans didn't want another fragile acrobat. They wanted an iron brawler, a plane that could take hits and keep flying. That's when a new idea emerged, one that engineers first dismissed as reckless. A wing design that looked wrong, too thick, too heavy, too unconventional for dogfighting. But its inventor believed in something most others didn't, that raw power and structural resilience could outlast agility. Inside Grumman's design rooms, draftsmen traced the early shapes of what would become the F6F Hellcat. At first, it was only an evolution of the Wildcat, but as Japanese reports flooded in, the design grew more ambitious. The fuselage became sturdier, the engine more powerful, and the wings, the crazy wings, became its heart. This wing wasn't just meant to lift the plane, it was meant to save it. It would let the Hellcat carry heavier armor, fold perfectly for carrier storage, and still take off from short decks. Its structure absorbed shock, deflected damage, and gave pilots control even when the plane was half destroyed. In an era where engineers were obsessed with speed and lightness, one designer dared to go against the grain. He argued that survivability, not acrobatics, would win the Pacific. By mid-1942, prototypes began to take shape. Test pilots reported incredible stability. The thick wings gave unmatched lift at lower speeds, vital for carrier landings. The aircraft felt solid, dependable, like flying a tank that could dance. As the Hellcat took its first flight on June 26, 1942, few realized history was watching. Within 2 years, it would become the deadliest naval fighter in the world. But before it reached that point, before the Navy's pilots began to trust this heavy, crazy-winged beast, there was still skepticism, resistance, and a race against time. The Pacific War wasn't waiting. Every day more men and ships were dying. The Navy needed a miracle, and the engineers at Grumman were betting everything that this unlikely design would deliver it. The test flights had proven the Hellcat could fly. But could it fight? That answer would come soon, in the skies over the Pacific, where Zero pilots were about to meet something they'd never seen before. By the summer of 1943,